Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about finding focus. Wow, focus is really hard to find, right? Especially when you're in phase 5, there's a lot of things that you could be doing and there's not enough time. Am I right? I know this feeling well. When I was where you are, I was growing a business, things were starting to take off. I didn't have a lot of time. I just had my first daughter, Mila, and she was about about 3 months old. I specifically remember this time because there was so much to do and I was trying to do it all, of course. And so I was trying to do all the home stuff. I was trying to be the mom, take care of my daughter. I was trying to do the housework. I was trying to do all the stuff around the house. And then I was also trying to grow my business because I knew that I had this big purpose and I knew that I could impact a lot of women. I was impacting some women, like I had some clients and, I was doing coaching and I was doing webinars and online courses and things were slowly moving, but I wanted it to really, really grow. And I had these really big goals and these dreams for my company at that point, but I very quickly realized that I could not do it all. Like something had to give. I could not do everything. I could not do all my dreams and goals at that very moment. Like there was so much that I wanted to do right then. I had to say, okay, this is not the right year for me to be doing all of these things. Let's pick one. I had to ask John for help, and that is exactly when he decided to quit his job and join me at Classy Career Girl because we had a heart-to-heart, and I said, I can't do all this alone. And so he decided to quit his job so he could help me in the business and he could help with watching our daughter and we could be a team and we could grow this thing together. So it all came down to realizing I can't do it all. This is where you're at right now. You're gonna have to make some trade-offs. So there are 3 things I wanna teach you about finding focus. And this is a great topic for me because my number one strength on the Strengths Finder is focus. I love to focus in and make stuff happen. Even though this video took me 2 years to create, I am so excited that we are diving in and I'm focusing on phase 5 and I have it all ready to complete and I'm excited to do it. So this is a strength of mine, so I'm excited to dive into this topic with you today. The first thing that I want to teach you about focus is that in order to focus, you can't do it all. You can't do everything. So as a business owner, you may be getting opportunities left and right now. Like I know in my email inbox, I have hundreds of opportunities that I could say yes to. I have all these different business directions and business models that my business could go into. I could do speaking events. I could have an event, a live event. I could write a book. I could do another course. I could do another membership site. Like there's so many ideas as entrepreneurs, right? We want to do it all and we want to do everything. And there will come a time when you can do everything. It took me 2 years to create my physical planner because it wasn't time for those 2 years. I needed the right time to come because I couldn't do it all in the very beginning to create that planner. So the right time will come. So kind of table some of those things that you really, really want to do. Focus in on your thing right now. What is working right now? Because you can't do it all. So that's the one thing. You can't do everything. You can't say yes to everything. You have to focus in on right now and table some of the things for your business for later on. We can do those later, like the planner. I did do it later. But right now, I want you to focus in on something in your business that's really, really working. Number 2, I want you to be very aware of trade-offs. So if you are doing one thing, then that means that something else is suffering. So this is a choice that we're making about our time. This whole module that I'm teaching you, a lot of it is inspired by this book, Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt. And he talks about these trade-offs and it really made me think. So he said, if you're doing, like say you're checking your work email, well, what is then that not allowing you to do? Maybe you're going to be late to your kid's soccer game. Or maybe, scrolling through Instagram, you're making a choice. By scrolling through Instagram, maybe you're not doing your daily meditation, or maybe you're not reading a book. And so we have to be, and I'm talking to myself here too, we have to be very, very aware of the choices and the trade-offs that we're making with how we're spending our time so that we can use our time wisely. And number 3, you have to find the right things to focus on. So I'm going to read you a quote from this book, Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt. He says, productivity is not about getting more things done. It's about getting the right things done. And if there is any way I have succeeded in the past 5 years since my daughter was born, it is by focusing on the right things. This is so important. And before I had kids, I had a lot more time. I could spend a lot more time responding to emails and saying yes to things and, going all over the country doing networking events and speaking events and all this stuff. And then my daughters came and I'm like, okay, I need to focus on my priorities and what's important and say no to mostly everything right now because I need to soak up that time with my daughters and they're my priorities. They're my focus. And so I don't spend that much time working. You guys would be surprised because I have figured out what are those things that I truly need to focus on. And your business is going to grow when you eliminate all the other things that you're doing, all the other things you're saying yes to, and you focus in on those things that you really, really need to be doing right now. So I'm going to say it one more time. Productivity is not about getting more things done. It's about getting the right things done. So it's not about doing 20 things, but it's about doing maybe 2 to 3 things really, really well and actually completing those things. So to summarize, number 1, you cannot do everything. So start saying no at this point in your entrepreneurship journey. Number 2, be aware of trade-offs. If you're doing one thing, that means you're not able to do something else. So that will help you be very, very aware of the time that you have and what you're doing with that time. And number 3, find those right things. Productivity, it's not about getting a ton of things done. It's just about getting the right things done. So I hope you found this helpful. I would love to hear from you guys in the Corporate Rescue Plan Facebook group. So if you are going through this module and you're in phase 5, please share with us. Please tag me and let me know how it's going, how you're enjoying this content, and we'll see you there.